Imagine arriving in a remote valley where people live to be over 100 years old and seem not to age. People here don't get sick, and there are women over 40 who look like teenagers. It's not science fiction, it's real. They are the Hunza, the tribe that defies aging and never gets sick. A people hidden among the Karakoram Mountains, in one of the most isolated corners of the planet, where time seems to move differently. Here, men and women live decades longer than the rest of the world. They remain active at any age, and they retain a vitality that baffles even modern medicine. But the most unsettling thing is that no one knows exactly why. There's talk of water from the Himalayan glaciers, a magical diet, and an extreme lifestyle, thousands of meters above sea level, and of a secret that the world has been trying to unravel for years. Sit back, open your eyes wide, and hit that like button, because in this new video from Uncensored World, we're going to uncover the secret of one of the most enigmatic tribes on the planet. Let's get started. Before meeting the Hunza, it's important to understand that much of what makes them unique, both in their longevity and their extraordinary health, is due to where they live. They are found deep within the majestic Karakoram Mountains, in the remote north of Pakistan, a region that is not only one of the most breathtaking and isolated on the planet, but also one of the most mysterious and extraordinary. Surrounded by peaks that seem to touch the sky, this valley has been home to the Hunza for centuries, allowing them to lead a lifestyle that has intrigued much of the scientific world and adventurers for centuries. In this part of the world where time seems to stand still, the same appears to be true of this legendary community, as its members estimate their average life expectancy to be over 100 years. They do not suffer from diseases like cancer, and they possess abilities that seem surreal, such as the ability to give birth well past the age of 60. Soon we will explore these curiosities in greater detail and uncover what appear to be the secrets behind these superpowers, examining scientific studies that support them and others that seem to suggest not everything is true, including hearing the reality of the mystery as told by a member of this legendary society. But before that, it is important to understand their environment and origins. The documented origin of the Hunza people dates back to accounts by British explorers and doctors who, fascinated by their vitality and resilience, introduced them to the entire world. Their isolation in the Karakoram has played a crucial role in preserving their culture, traditions, and way of life, a factor that may lie behind this formula for eternal youth. For a long time, this valley was nearly inaccessible, allowing the Hunza to preserve ancestral practices and a natural diet based on produce grown on their own land, which many believe is the secret behind their longevity. Today, the Karakoram region is more accessible thanks to the Karakoram Highway, which is known worldwide as the highest highway in the world and connects Pakistan with China. This incredible feat of engineering cuts through mountains rising thousands of meters high, allowing visitors to experience firsthand the life of the Hunza people and their environment. Although the valley remains remote and largely untouched, this highway has made it possible for more people to explore the secret of the Hunza, which for so long lay hidden in the unexplored heights of Central Asia. This geographical isolation has played a crucial role in the survival and longevity of the Hunza people, helping them endure for centuries in these high, remote mountains of northern Pakistan. This mountainous and inaccessible environment has not only protected the Hunza people from invasions and the influence of outside cultures, but has also been one of the key factors behind their most coveted secrets. It is estimated that the Hunza community currently has between 20,000 and 30,000 members, although there are no exact official records, and many of the claims regarding their longevity and physical condition also appear to be based on visitors' observations and informal studies. But there are aspects that, with or without formal studies, surprise everyone who discovers this community. And one of the most striking features of the Hunza is their physical appearance, especially that of their women, who, despite being in their 40s or even 50s, look like young women and even teenagers. Travelers and explorers who have visited the region have been amazed by the vitality and youthfulness the Hunza appear to possess. However, it is important to note that, as an isolated community far removed from the social norms that many of us consider standard, there are no authorities or documents among them capable of accurately verifying these people's ages, leaving open the possibility that some of these accounts may be somewhat exaggerated. But despite the lack of official records, observations and studies have been conducted that seem to confirm that the Hunza age much more slowly than other groups and communities. This phenomenon has sparked theories about whether the secret to their longevity lies in this isolation, which has allowed them to preserve ancient customs and dietary habits. For centuries, their way of life has remained virtually unchanged, protected by the region's difficult access. Some believe that the average life expectancy of the Hunza is 120 years, that they do not suffer from diseases such as cancer, and, even more strikingly, that men can father children until the age of 90, or that women seem capable of giving birth even after the age of 60. That is why we are now going to try to uncover the mystery behind the only community on the planet that seems to know this secret of eternal youth. Trying to decipher the secret of the Hunza's longevity has fascinated researchers for decades, as this community truly seems to defy the limits of human aging. Nestled in the remote Hunza Valley, this group of people has developed a way of life that, to many, seems almost impossible. The Hunza bathe in icy water even when temperatures drop below freezing, and remain active into ages that in other cultures would be considered extraordinary. Men continue to play sports like outdoor hockey even in old age, while women, in particular, defy physical expectations. Around age 40, they still retain a youthful appearance. At 60, they maintain a slender and elegant figure. And according to local accounts, some women can even give birth at an age that would be unthinkable in many societies. One of the fundamental pillars of Hunza life is their strict and unique diet. In the summer months, their diet consists mainly of raw fruits and vegetables, while in winter, they eat dried foods such as dried apricots, sprouted grains, and sheep's cheese. However, one of the most surprising aspects is the so-called hungry spring period, which can last several months. During this period, when the fruits have not yet ripened, the Hunza consume almost no solid food and limit themselves to drinking an infusion made from dried apricots once a day. This fast, far from being merely a temporary necessity, has been elevated almost to the level of a cultural ritual that is strictly observed by all members of the community. In the book The Hunza, A People Who Know No Disease, the author highlights the remarkable benefits of their dietary model. First, he notes that their diet is practically vegetarian, with a strong emphasis on consuming raw foods. Fresh fruits and vegetables appear to be the cornerstone of their daily diet, and everything they consume is completely natural, grown without any chemicals. The consumption of alcohol and sweets is extremely rare, and salt intake is kept at very moderate levels. Furthermore, the practice of regular fasting appears to be a determining factor in their health and longevity. This combination of dietary elements, coupled with the purity of their food, is considered a decisive factor in the well-being of the Hunza. The Romanian physician Henry Coanda, a Nobel Prize winner, also studied the Hunza way of life for decades, highlighting the importance of water in their diet. Coanda stated, "You are what you drink, and water is the most important thing you put into your body. But not all water is the same." The quality of the water consumed by the Hunza is exceptional, sourced from the Himalayas and characterized by a high alkaline pH, an extraordinary amount of active hydrogen, and a higher mineral content. This pure, nutrient-rich water could play a crucial role in the extraordinary secret of this ancient ethnic group. But it is not just the diet that has captured the attention of doctors and scientists. The geographical isolation of the Hunza people we mentioned, combined with their active and consistent lifestyle, also seems to play a crucial role in this extraordinary longevity. The Hunza are constantly on the move, engage in physical labor every day, and maintain a steady pace of life free from the abrupt changes that affect other modern societies. Some medical reports from expeditions that have visited Hunza state that the average life expectancy in this community is remarkably high, exceeding 100 years, far higher than that of many other populations worldwide. A particularly striking fact was reported at an international cancer congress in Paris, where it was noted that the Hunza are the only known population with a cancer rate close to zero. This data, drawn from studies on cancer incidence in various regions of the world, has been repeatedly cited as an example of how the environment, diet, and lifestyle can profoundly influence human health and longevity. However, not all stories and accounts about the Hunza have been scientifically verified. For example, a Hong Kong newspaper in the 1980s reported on a surprising case. Said Abdul Mobut, a Hunza who claimed to be over 160 years old, arrived at Heathrow Airport in London with a passport certifying his birth in the early 19th century. Although such accounts may seem exaggerated, they have fueled the legend of the Hunza as a people endowed with extraordinary longevity. Mobut was described as a person in full possession of his mental faculties and in excellent health, and he himself clearly recalled historical events dating back to the mid-19th century. Despite these accounts, not all studies agree that the Hunza are immune to common diseases. Dr. John Clark, who lived among them for a long period, documented that, while the Hunza generally appear to enjoy exceptional health, they also suffer from diseases such as malaria and dysentery, suggesting that their resistance to disease is neither complete nor absolute. Today, the enigma of the Hunza, a community straddling the line between myth and reality, continues to defy rational explanation. While it is true that their natural lifestyle, chemical-free diet, and resistance to stress appear to be important factors in their remarkable longevity, much remains to be discovered. The secret to the Hunza people's longevity, as you have seen, seems to lie in a combination of factors that include a strict, natural diet, an active lifestyle, and a positive social environment. The Hunza diet is predominantly plant-based, rich in raw fruits and vegetables, with very low consumption of animal proteins. According to studies, this results in a nutritional balance that may contribute to their resistance to disease and remarkable longevity. In addition, the practice of regular fasting, such as the hungry spring you've heard of, seems to help maintain their cellular health by preventing the accumulation of toxins. Constant physical activity is another fundamental pillar of their lifestyle, as the Hunza work hard in their fields and walk long distances, staying in shape and improving their cardiovascular health. All of this combined with an optimistic mindset, which seems characteristic of this ethnic group and their connection to nature, appears to be behind that secret formula for eternal youth that much of the world seeks and desires. However, the lack of conclusive scientific data and studies by researchers such as Dr. John Clark help shed light on the possible hidden side of this mystery. Clark lived among the Hunza for an extended period and observed that, despite their healthy diet and lifestyle, they are not immune to common diseases such as malaria and dysentery. This perspective challenges the idealized view of Hunza longevity, suggesting that while their dietary habits and physical activity are beneficial, they are not a guarantee of perfect health. Furthermore, Clark pointed to the lack of a formal calendar among the Hunza as a possible factor distorting claims about their longevity. Apparently, they do not count their age in the conventional way, but rather calculate it based on wisdom and leadership. This could indicate that many of the stories of people living past 120 years of age might be more symbolic representations than actual facts. This idealized perception of the Hunza as the people of eternal youth faces a series of realities that many seem to overlook. While their lifestyle and diet have been the subject of admiration and study, it is essential to remember that the Hunza people themselves hold the key to unlocking their secret. That is why no one is better suited to speak about this reality than a member of the Hunza people, and this is exactly what 27-year-old Mir Rizwan Shah, who currently lives in the United Arab Emirates, did. Rizwan shared his perspective on the truth behind the myths surrounding his community in an article titled, "The False Myth of the Hunza, the People of Eternal Youth," in which he initially questioned some facts about this mystery, based on Dr. John Clarke's book, Lost Kingdom of the Himalayas. However, his personal experience and family stories led him to reevaluate his stance and recognize that there is a deeper truth about life in the Hunza Valley. According to Mir, those who spend their entire lives in the valley tend to avoid serious illnesses and live longer than those who move to other regions. His own family exemplifies this phenomenon. According to his account, his grandmother, who lived a healthy life in the valley, suffered health complications only after moving away and died at the age of 96. Similarly, his grandfather's brother, who enjoyed good health until he moved to the city of Gilgit, fell ill quickly after leaving his home. Mir emphasizes that he has never met anyone who lived in the valley their entire life and suffered from cancer or other serious illnesses, a fact that could support some recent studies. He also asserts that older people retain their abilities well into old age, citing examples such as his maternal grandmother, who gave birth to his youngest uncle when she was over 50, a fact that is not considered unusual in his community. Contrary to Dr. John Clarke's theory, which suggests that the Hunza perceive time differently, Mir maintains that the key to their longevity lies in their diet rich in fresh raw fruits, as well as in the mineral-rich water they consume. He asserts that when the Hunza change their eating habits or move away from their environment, their chances of falling ill increase dramatically. That is why, while scientific research and external observations provide valuable insights into the lives of the Hunza, it is his own account, that of a Hunza living the daily experience, that can offer a more authentic and complete perspective. A natural diet, pure water, and a remote, inhospitable environment appear to be essential elements that, together with their way of life, contribute to their remarkable longevity and quality of life. It is for all these reasons that the story of the Hunza remains one of the most fascinating mysteries for the world and for adventurers. And that is why at Uncensored World we wanted to delve deeper into this ethnic group and these apparent superpowers they seem to enjoy. With that in mind, the time has come to ask you, what do you think about the Hunza's longevity? Do you believe that factors like proper nutrition, a unique environment, exercise, and a lack of stress can truly help people live past 100 as a rule? Or do you think much of it is due to a lack of data from a community living in one of the most isolated and remote environments on the planet? Pause the video and leave us your comment. It would be great to hear from you, and as you know, this is the best way you can support the Uncensored World team, so we can continue discovering the world together and working to bring you content as interesting as this every week. So, thank you. Unfortunately, the modern world and other factors threaten the Hunza's way of life and put their identity at risk, underscoring the urgent need to support them in their struggle to preserve their legacy and to learn from them. At Uncensored World, we hope that the Hunza community will maintain not only their lifestyle and health, but also their beauty and traditions. From Uncensored World, we hope this video has helped you discover one of the most remote and enigmatic tribes on the planet, and that you found it as interesting as we did. Don't miss the next video to discover another of the most mysterious and beautiful places on the planet. Click on it. You're going to enjoy it.